let's lighten things up a little bit and talk about the latest versus battle, the one we have been looking forward to. Figgy had his own special mix last week for it. The Earth, Wind, and Fire versus Isley Brothers. It did take place on Easter Sunday. It was hosted by Steve Harvey. Luckily, he was more silent on the second half. I missed the first half, but I heard he was talking a whole lot.
He started off all the shit we was talking about. We ain't want him doing. He mentioned the 74.
Oh man,
yeah. He addressed the haters, aka us. You're like, oh yeah, I heard a lot of people talk about why is he doing that? And yeah, he addressed everything. I'm like, oh my God, man. I don't think I can watch this whole thing. But yeah, I do. I think we were kind of right. I think he did have to be there to, kind of steer the ship a little bit, because I didn't realize how old they were, man. Yeah. Especially Ron Isley, because the last time we really seen Ron Isley, this was in the 2000s. Yeah. During the R. Kelly era. Side note, real quick. Why are people was flipping out when they play when he played the Contagious song?
Yeah, I noticed that.
People was going crazy. And on top of I see a couple people blanking out R. Kelly name like it was a cuss word. Like, all right, like y'all taking it too damn far, man. Like what? Like what's the is R. Kelly a cuss word now? We're not allowed to say R. Kelly. Like, why are you blanking the name out in a tweet?
He got canceled, Figgy. Okay, like you can't listen to his music, say his name.
We over here saying nigga all on Twitter. We saying all type of crazy shit. But R. Kelly is where we draw the line, where we gotta put the stars.
He's been canceled, Figgy. This is what happens. Nothing he made was good suddenly. Like he was just awful all around.
Yeah, we're not allowed to say he made a good song.
Nah, you got to blank it out, man. He's like Chris Benoit after WWE. They had to erase all his shit.
That's another cuss word you can't mention.
It 100% is. I know we way out topic, man. We having fun today.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho's doing a podcast with Stone Cold, and Stone Cold was talking about it was a game where you got to name something as fast as you can. And Stone Cold said most technical wrestlers. And you could tell Chris Jericho was struggling not to say Chris Benoit. He was like, Dean Malenko, like, nigga, Chris Benoit was one of the best technical wrestlers ever. Same thing with R. Kelly, man. Yeah. You can be disgusted with what he did, but also, like, he wrote some of the greatest songs in R&B history, man.
Yeah, he's a fucked up person, man. He's a piece of shit, and he don't deserve the light of day. But he made some great songs, man. I hate to say it, he made some great songs.
Yeah, you should like it. A lot of people, fucked up people, did great things, man. Don't mean that. Don't take away from the fucked upness of the things they did.
Yeah,
but
man, I'm not out here at the concert and shit like that.
Yeah,
but he did have some great songs. He had a great run. He had a great R&B career.
Yes,
a lot of R&B people would love to have his R&B career.
Yes,
but he's still a piece of shit. But anyway, I know I got way off.
Nah, it's fine, man. Because I did notice that.
It's just stupid how people just blanking his name out like it was a cuss word, or they'd be like, "Oh yeah, that who wrote that song," and it's like, all right, it's R. Kelly, man.
Yes,
like goddamn, you're not going to hell for it.
I don't get it.
Yeah, but anywho. I did see why they had Steve Harvey hosting it, because last time we seen Ron Isley was during the R. Kelly era, and I was still thinking that Ron Isley was gonna come walking out, but when I seen him, I almost didn't recognize him, man. He had the gray beard. It looked like he could barely talk at the time, and barely walk. So I'm just like, God damn, he getting up there now, but I think it was right for Steve to at least be there to kind of steer the ship a little bit, because if it was just them, it would have been awful.
That's true. And yeah, I would have taken somebody besides Steve Harvey. But I mean, whatever.
I get just from listening to him during that time, I guess he did have a real relationship with him.
Yeah.
So maybe they were really friends. So maybe that made sense. I don't think Nick Cannon or somebody like that would make sense. I would
have rather had Nick Cannon.
It would have been better. But I guess it all ties in together. Yeah. So it made sense.
Yeah, and I think they took the Twitter criticism because, like I said, on the second half, he wasn't talking nearly as much, really. He kind of toned it down. He even said, well, y'all say I talk too much on Twitter. Yeah. So we supposed to talk, though. So
yeah. And then he called DJ Nice.
Yeah.
And like, all right, DJ Nice. I'm like, man, what is he doing, man?
Oh, man. Poor D Nice. So what did you think about the Verzuz overall, man? Because I maybe it was just me. It didn't really live up to my expectations, but to be fair, they are a little older. But what was your impression of the actual Verzuz itself?
I thought it was good. To me, I kind of went in thinking they was going to be okay, but I thought it was really, really good, man. It was good to see them still living, still talking, and how cool they were, and just playing all this classic music. And it's crazy how the Isley brothers had a hit in damn near every
decade since the fucking 50s. Yeah.
So I was kind of going in expecting Between the Sheets and Who's That Lady type of shit. But he dropped Shout. I'm like, damn, Shout. That's an old ass song. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, man. It was good to see what's his name from Earth, Wind and Fire.
The other white brother.
Yeah,
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, it was
good.
The
nigga with the slicked hair.
Yeah,
it was Philip Bailey, the other one.
Yeah, it was good to see Philip Bailey too. And I forgot. It's crazy how much music they got, man.
Yeah,
he bust out the song with Phil Collins. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot he did this. I'm like, damn, I forgot he did that. But it was good to see them. It was good to see shit.
It was Verdine White.
Yeah. And the other guy for the Isley brothers playing the guitar. Shit, I'm blanking on his name.
I forget his name too. The other Isley.
Yeah. Philip. Not Philip. Shit, I can't think of his name. But it was good to see him rocking the guitar and all that shit. It was a good feeling. And I wish it was still on Apple Music because it's not on Apple now. So I got to watch it on Instagram. I couldn't really figure it out on Triller, but
it was Ernie, by the way.
Ernie Isley. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, man. It was good. And that's one of my favorite playlists right now. So I thought they did pretty good. It was a little sketchy at first when Steve was talking out of his ass. But after a while, it's just good to see legendary artists like that still doing their thing. Legendary Black artists still doing their thing, and it was good to see all of them. So I really enjoyed it.
It was pretty nice overall, man. I'll admit I didn't see through the whole thing. It's pretty long.
They went for 4 hours, man.
Yeah, it was long as shit.
Yeah, I wasn't watching the whole. I was kind of in and out because I can't stay on Instagram that long.
Yeah,
but it was like 11 o'clock. I'm like, man, I'm about to just cut this shit off. I was waiting for the last song, see what they was gonna play last, but yeah, I was just like, damn, that shit was long as hell.
Yeah, and at first I was struggling to see how I was gonna watch it because I wasn't gonna watch it on Instagram. Man, my phone was too small. I have a fucking iPhone 6, so I ain't got the giant screen on my bitch. But I was looking on how to see it, and there was a desktop, like the website for Triller was showing it. You got to sign up for Triller, but it's free. So, and then the website was showing it. So that was the best feed I could get. I would try to watch it on YouTube at first, but they were blocking out the music because it was copyright and shit. It's like, what the fuck? So there was the website for Triller was showing it. So at least for the future ones, we know. Well, I know I can go there and watch it in good quality. Yeah. The Verzuz itself, man, like it was good to see them all together performing the songs. I have to say, I didn't really like the backing track on all the songs. I kind of wanted to hear where their voices were at, you know, even if it might have been kind of scratchy and bad. I wanted to, because they still sounded pretty good overall, but it was hard to tell because you could tell like the lyrics were like they were the backing track. Like it was, they basically just singing over their own songs.
Yeah.
No instrumentals were used at all. And that was a little, kind of threw me off because sometimes they would mix up the song a little bit and not perform it the way it was recorded. But then the recorded version is in the background. So it was kind of clashing with each other, man. And I didn't really like that part. So I could have gone with them just actually performing the songs, maybe having some kind of live band. I know that would have taken too much planning, probably. They weren't really there for all that. But I don't know. The performance part kind of threw me off. But overall, like you said, it was fun to see them all enjoying music and life together. I could have stood for some more background info on the songs. I get that they're old and probably forgot half of this shit from 40 years ago. But I would have enjoyed some insight into the songwriting process of how these songs were made. But you know, like for what it was, I did enjoy it.
Were you shocked that Ron Isley played Contagious and the other R. Kelly song? I think I can't remember the other name of it. He played both of them.
Was I shocked?
Because last week we was talking about, we was wondering if he gonna play. I didn't think they was gonna play it, but he definitely played it.
He did. Was I shocked? Not really. I'm more shocked that somebody didn't stop him. Like, I'm surprised nobody got in his ear and said, you can't play these songs. Because I knew Ron Isley, like, he an old school dude, man. He probably been around a whole lot of scumbags in his life. But he'll acknowledge you, like, those were hit songs for him. So I'm sure in his mind, he's like, I'm not going to throw out my catalog because this nigga did some shit. But I'm more surprised that nobody involved in the Verzuz told him you can't do those songs.
I'm sure they probably mentioned it. He probably like, nah, I got to do those songs. Maybe it's possible. Maybe I ain't gonna mention him, but I got to do those songs. And I think he should have did them songs because that was an important part in his career too. I know that was towards the end.
That brought him back to the limelight, man.
Mr. I hate this name, Mr. Biggs.
Mr. Big,
Mr. Big. But that was an important part of R&B at one point. So I think he absolutely should have performed that song.
I'm not mad at it, man, but I'm just more surprised that somebody didn't block it or try to do something. But maybe somebody did try to get in his ear and say, "Hey, don't do that." But I don't know. I wasn't mad at it for the same reason we already talked about. Like, look, it was music that was great for its time and still is. No matter what R. Kelly did, and shits with jams, man. So
and streaming the music is not helping him at all, man.
People think that fucking R. Kelly owns his publishing. He admitted he couldn't even read the contracts he was signing.
He's not getting a penny at this point. So it's one thing if you buying people albums to help them, keep doing scumbag shit, but it's not helping him at all, man.
Exactly. So overall, the Verzuz was cool. Pretty much what I expected it to be. Corny Steve Harvey jokes and all. Next up, I believe, is going to be SWV and Escape, I think. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know if you give a shit. I really don't.
I'm gonna just check it out just for the podcast sake. We'll talk about it, but maybe that's something I could watch with the wife or something.
So I just feel like that's going to be one of the ones that people on Twitter hype up.
Oh, 100%.
Like, oh man, you wasn't outside when Escape dropped this in '96. Like it was a huge moment. Like I was alive.
SWV, like they're gonna play them. They're gonna play the 4 songs that everybody knows. Weak, Rain. The Human Nature sample, and probably something else.
Then they gonna go play some recent songs and shit. So people gonna hype that up like it's gonna be crazy, but I'm not too interested. But good for them for getting it back regardless.